number 7. Ignore what he just said there. We are on to day 2, game 7. And the drop phase is very much in progress. It is going to fly straight over the top of military base Sosnovka, straight up towards the bay of Georgipol, which of course will cause problems for teams that have to go into the east. Now, Larson, you're one of the players from Welcome to South George. Obviously, you were always in South George, but even if the plane goes far over on the eastern side, you'll always make a way over there. What is it that drives these teams just to make sure you're in the same spot? Because I know the American teams do tend to adjust based on the flight path.
I mean, for me and the team, it's just important that you have enough resources to actually get through the game. This means that you have at least around 3 decent vehicles. You don't want to be stuck up with buggies or 3-seaters. Luckily, they're not on this client, but when you play some of the online leagues, there's still 3-seaters. You don't want to end up with those. And you also want to have decent body armor, meds, and a few scopes. And if you loot random places, if you choose to take a small compound or drop around Stelbo or whatever, a little bit plane dependent, you won't have all the tools you necessarily need to perform good in a game.
But for example, let's use Wildcard's position right now. They're in the Tempo Storm drop, what's known as, right? They went and won at WSOE just the other week. You know, went and did really well there. They're a West Coast loot. They go spread looting. That's not a compound. They're not a city they're going into, but they still managed to win.
True. I mean, it's their first win. They've had very... I don't want to take anything away from Tempo Storm, but they have very mixed performances. But... I mean, the loot didn't matter that much. It's like what I said. You want to make sure you have enough vehicles, enough to loot, and doing a split is fine. I mean, you can see that they actually take almost up like a good portion of the map, 4 or 5 different squares.
Well, the circle comes in. You see FaZe Clan highlighted, and the circle has gone very much favorable to FaZe Clan. FaZe Clan themselves, by the way, dropped in an interesting spot. They went down to Novo, where M19 are as well, which is why we see them all on the boat here. All 4 members of FaZe Clan in that boat. Very risky in itself, making their way up towards military power. Of course, you can see the circle did come in that direction. Kramer and Drayden just both nailed Survivor. Ex-teammate just getting run over by a car.
I'm sure that feels good for them. One thing I want to point out is nobody landed in Novo yesterday. M19, they always been landing in Yasnaya with Liquid.
They did.
And maybe FaZe Clan did the research, right, and assumed that nobody would be in Novo this game.
Well, I think M19 may have done a bit of prep, because remember they did Yasnaya a bunch of times, and then they did one drop over in North George.
Okay.
Which I believe, from what I've heard, is from what Toffee's heard actually. No, Froz, sorry, was the man that was doing the research. He was talking about one of the players basically said, look, we're dropping here, and bailed out. Yeah. And he was like, okay, the rest of the team was like, all right, well, I guess we're going there. This time, of course, we were talking about it all yesterday. Nobody had been going Novo. There's very good loot there. Sadikist and Martin were very much talking about that. And obviously, they may have looked at the VODs. I know a lot of the teams have, because I saw Gustav giving Fuzzface some grief about greedy loot positioning, or greedy positioning, basically taking too much real estate yourself, too separated, because it's something that Fuzzface had give Lumbermill a grilling for in the past. So he was like, I can't really repeat it on air, but he was basically saying, you guys are guilty of that yesterday. So a lot of these teams will have gone back to their hotels, check the VODs, check the replays, check positioning, and just really seeing, obviously, where people are starting. I mean, what do you do when you VODs? What are you looking for? You're looking for, like, start positions, and then I guess you, like, flick through to maybe check a couple of the rotations, and then really looking at end situations, how people are playing it.
Personally, when I watch VODs, I don't look at what any other teams do. I look at what we do wrong and what we can do best as a team, because everything is different every game. I mean, you know a few spots that teams might play, but they don't play every game. So whenever you VODs, I look at my team and see what mistakes we do in the game, and then improve on those. I feel like if you try to think too much about what other people do, you overcomplicate things way more.
You got too much going on in your head.
Yeah, I feel like when you have a game plan, right, you need to focus on your own game and just do the same and maybe do it a little bit different. So you just watch yourself. That's what I do when I review VODs. And I mean, the landing spot, we always land in South George. We know where to get cars and all that stuff. But I just feel like if you try to look at other teams and copy them, you kind of ruin your own playstyle in some sense.
Overcomplicate it, maybe.
Yeah, you overcomplicate it, and you don't really want to copy anyone else when you have a good thing going yourself.
Exactly. And you guys have a pretty good thing going right now.
We have a pretty good thing going.
just waiting for that organization to step in and say, hey, these guys won 3rd place in both TPP and FBP. Just throw any tournament at them, they get 3rd place. It's all good. Let's look at the Lions. I can see Chris making a very, very early rotation. The rest of his team were in Rozhok, of course.
That's something we typically saw from Miramar yesterday. Chris would always be the guy moving alone super early and taking a spot for the team.
And he's actually gone to, it's the, I would say the standard pull-up place that used to be for Shadow, actually. You remember Team Secret always used to camp out Vitality in that spot. He's gone into that, his little Harry Potter, and there's a garage just below it, just north of Milta. Moonwolf, of course, in Milta. We're seeing the rest of Lions here going down, obviously, so he's scouted that spot. It is fairly central circle, actually, pretty much on the point if you to put a pin in the middle of the circle. So you can see Chris there right in the middle of the circle. He's got himself a decent spot.
If you look at the road, it's just a direct road directly from Rozhok and the rest of the team, so they have an easy access to him. And I mean, the other teams know this, but we can see there's nobody gatekeeping it.
Yeah, he's got himself in a good spot. You can see TeamGates obviously went into apartments and school, and they're taking a couple of shots as Lions pass on by out of Rozhok, going one by one, very static. Ghost already coming out of Pachinki as well. You can see Nova slowly rolling the way down out of South George as well. And it looks like Wildcard have actually grouped up pretty early on for the rotate as well. I'm interested to see what Vitality do, because Yannick is actually over the West Bridge right now, along with, I think it's Uber that's over there from Na'Vi as well. So 2 players near each other. While the rest of Sosnovka, it does look like Vitality are looking to rotate out of West Bridge. I can see Jazz is driving that way in the car.
Up.
They're split 2-2. Yeah. They're going East and West Bridge.
That's an interesting approach. I mean, I haven't landed in the military, but I don't understand why you would split up this early in the game. Maybe they're like, okay, we're going to try to get the spot in the east and a spot in the west, and then it doesn't really matter where it rings. We're going to be in 2 strong spots, but
I do feel...
there's one thing I really disagree with, sorry, and when you do splits, you need to be able to regroup later on, and you need to be able to have easy access to each other. And when you do 2 far sides of the maps, and you have to go through the center, I mean, we've seen the map a little bit, the center's always completely packed, and it's going to be really hard for them to regroup later on.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to look at the 2 positions, East-West Bridge, obviously you can go along the coastline, but at the moment, Moonwolf have very much taken sort of the garage position just over the East Bridge. So the Vitality guys, they've got M19 nearby at the crossroads as well. Looks like Vitality are going to stick there. So I think what they're doing is maybe looking at a potential chance that it swings south on the circle, next second circle, and it does go Sosnovka, keeps it safe. Could even go for a bridge camp. They're going over the bridge right now. Here comes Ghost, though. They're working their way in, getting very close to where the Lions were. Nova also, you can see just above them on the minimap, also working their way across. Looks like they're going to post themselves up on the top of this hill. It's a fairly standard spot up here, just near the shack that's on the top there.
They go, sees plus, drive past. Takes a few shots, but misses everything. Oh, he actually gets out of his buggy. I don't know if he lost a tire. Gets taken down to half HP, and you can see TeamGates. Then a 4v1. They want this kill.
The rest of his team are quite far away as well, trying to offer some long-range shots. You can see the shots just rattling through a little bit, but Loss is in trouble. He's going to get caught out. Silo will manage to knock him down, and Mossy finishes off first kill of the game. In terms of shots, of course, we did already see poor old Survivor getting run over earlier by his ex-teammates at Knights.
You see the last few teams, they're starting to get in the circle. Dignitas, they're slowly making a win. Actually, one more from Nova gets taken down by TeamGates.
Yeah, Interrogate
He's going to get finished off here. Nova off to a really, really bad start.
And he's got nowhere to crawl. He's got nowhere to get away from that one. Interrogate goes down. Nova down 2 players in phase 1. That is a tough old call. You want to be getting into like...
These are mistakes you cannot make.
Circle 4 or 5. You want 4 players, right? Surely when you get into like circle 4.
Like, you have to rotate as a team. Drive 4 close to each other, maybe have one ahead that can scout a little bit, and not be cut off one by one off guard. That's rough start for Nova.
A rough old start. Dignitas making the way down from the north. Of course, they go Severny way, so they're coming right down past Yasnaya. TeamGates, you can see in Ghost there on the screen. Set to destroy. They were over toward Libhovka and sort of north way along that coastline. So everybody else kind of making the way in. M19 looking like they're going to choose to stick in Novo, stay on the south side. Wildcard working the way in. Of course, they've been west coast as well, so they're coming across. Na'Vi playing edge as you would expect. The only guys left really well outside the circle is Sangala, still in Georgipol.
It's a tenses we've seen for them. They apparently, maybe, do you think they could have been watching the old TSM where they used to say no Georgipol? for the blue a long time and then come in late.
Is it a good team to watch these days, Larson? Can we say that with AIM still on the desk?
I mean, I haven't seen many other teams do it.
No, it's true. It's true. They were, I guess you could say, the original team that played the late edge circle,
in the
right?
beginning, it did work out.
It made
well
a lot of sense early on, yeah. And I mean, Navi are technically doing it. You can see Pokemon is moving closer in just to try and get a better angle. Teams tend to go for the 2-2, at least a close 2-2 these days, just to give yourself a bit of cover. Like, look at FaZe Clan, for example. You've got 2 over towards the sort of mill to power way, 2 at the lumber area. So there's 2 giving themselves a decent east-west, obviously off-center. To go into center right now would be pretty much suicide. TeamGates actually maybe getting a little close to Ghost there. Ballox took a bit of a hit from them, though. Mortify working his way in. Look at the nice flank coming out from Exco.
Yeah, and Ghost are split here. They have 2 people off to the east at the Wizard Tower, but if Ballox and Puffy gets knocked here, it's going to be very hard for them to get them back up.
He's managed to back away. Exco still on the flank, trying to get around. You can see in the distance, McCoy and Turtle, as you mentioned, they're quite a distance away from this. So Balak can continue to back away. Profi backing away. They might be able to catch them on the evac here. Exco, did he just get a peek on Profi's head there? Balak is very much backed away. Now they have the problem, right? They're going to have to use the trees for cover as they go down the hill because TeamGates, they're moving in a net formation. Mortify is going to creep his way up. Really nice flanking coming out from these guys. They had a terrible performance yesterday.
Ghost and Balak did go into, no, Profi and Balak did. Yeah, Puffy and Balak went into position where his teammates could help him, and they're opting to get away.
And look at the support. You got McCoy and Turtle now in the back.
When they were playing on the ridge, they were completely fine.
Yeah, Mossy's just took a bit of a tap there, I think, from Turtle, a bit of a love tap as he's like, okay, you're not going to step any closer on that hillside. You can see a couple more shots just rattling through. Probably won't be able to finish off anything if they did get a knock. Now, Sangal just coming into the circle. They're going to be way, way up in the outside of just coming through Rozok. So everybody into the first circle. Let's see where the adjustments go. I like SetToDestroy's path. They've got a clean run down that coast. And, oh, you know what? M19's gamble has paid off.
I wanted to point this out earlier and saying there's no way there's going to be enough circle down south that it could actually turn south. Because on the 4th ring, we have the 1.0 land ratio. But, oh, this might get interesting.
So
I don't think it's going to go south, but there's a small chance now.
So this is obviously only Circle 2, right? So obviously it's still a big old landmass, but that is a lot of teams in the northern side that were gambling on that. Now, Circle 4 comes. Obviously, we've got 2 more phases to go before we get there. It will pull away from water. We saw it yesterday, end around the farm area just south of farm. Looking like it might go that way again. But if it swings south now, we know it's going to be a Sosnovka, and that is going to be a bloodbath. Everybody's going to have to just go blue, tank the blue, go west bridge.
And just because there's only one team in the south, like we're seeing in the north, everybody's going to run into each other. You see Chris takes down Mortify already.
Yeah, that's a TeamGates member going down there, trying to rotate. It is getting so clustered on the map right now. Everybody's trying to move in. Just look at that northern area of Erengal's mainland. That is so crazy. TeamGates are just trying to blast it through. That is a risk. Look how many shots are coming their way. They are the big old dark blue dots trying to make their way through. Moonwolf got himself set up. They've already got a teammate in there. CeeLo's the man that's managed to get himself in, but they're losing Mossy as well. They've lost 2 in this rotation alone. Vitality in the end will steal the kill away there. They do get themselves in, Exco and CeeLo, but they have lost 2 already. Moonwolf, maybe that's a little greedy split for them now at this stage.
Jessa? Do you think he crashed, or was it a mistake? He didn't finish him off, but there's a little team camp coming in there.
Well, Sangala trying to do the same. They're blasting the way and reverse it in the end there. Shadow got them nearby. He's going to have to pop the nade out the side.
They don't know
He's
about
got
Monkey.
his teammate
They don't
right
know about
outside.
Monkey,
yeah, Monkey's there. Sharp Shot gets himself one. Sangal does reply. He gets Monkey down. Monkey being lost. That's a big old loss because Shadow is on his own.
Yeah.
Shadow's on his own in that building now, so he's got 2 stories. He's managed to get 2 down. Pride, actually, is the one that's doing the work. It's Wildcard from the building on the south of your screen here that are doing the damage to Sangal and saving Shadow's life because his teammates are off in the other house.
I want to see his teammates actually come and help him now, because when they come out across the street, they can probably see them, but I don't see Vitality helping out Shadow enough at this point.
Ghost and Liquid trading blows. Wildcard trying to catch them off. You can see Ghost now with 2 members down. Wildcard also putting the damage onto Sangal, but Scoom is down right now. The revive coming through. Big flank coming out of Liquid there. You can see, I think it was Ibby that was on the rotate there, really forcing them to go away. It's Samty actually, tell a lie, and he's going to finish off McCoy. Ghost losing 2 members in that rotate.
Yeah, this is something Ghost has done a lot. where they sent one guy into the side and then they play with 3. And this time around, you can say it didn't pay out.
Yannick, what?
They have been team killing it. What?
Yannick, that's your ex-rogue, mate.
Okay, I think he must have crashed because he knocked him earlier, then revived him, and now he honestly
said it
knocked
looked
him
like
again.
he was down, yeah.
Because he did knock him once. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, because he couldn't drop his med, so he's had to knock him out there. So that's a problem. So Yannick,
Shadow actually left the compound.
He's not just falling out with his Northern Irish teammate there. He has actually done it for a reason, so he can get the meds off him, etc.
Yeah, definitely.
At the moment, couldn't obviously rejoin. Knights, look at the swing they've made, right? They've gone all the way around Mill to power, and they've actually come in on the ledge, which is actually a good own choice.
One thing you can notice here is Kramer, he went for a boat. In case it goes south, they're already prepared one boat. So they drove out of the circle, made sure they have a boat, and now drove back to the routine.
Balak's making a bit of a ballsy run here, trying to get across. It's not going to work out. Vehicle taken down. Udir's going to be the man that will get the knock and the kill as he is exploded. Sangal lighting him up there. Shadow actually did very well. Look at it. He managed to get across the road, out of the house, and sort of get into the ditch. So he's managed to keep himself safe. Circle getting close to contracting for the third phase. FaZe themselves inside Milta, fairly comfortable, set to destroy. Snake has taken a couple of shots towards Fuzz Face there as he desperately tries to rally that Dacia across the beach.
They've been north.
Let's see, where's he going to go? Is he going to go north? Yeah, it is going to go north. Okay, there we go. So now we know where it's going. It's actually going to be a similar circle finish to what we had in game number 6 yesterday. Where basically Moonwolf's compound that they are now in is about to get pushed. The Lions are going straight in towards them. FaZe are taking shots towards them, but they've just crashed around the side. And he hops out the window. This is dangerous play. Doesn't manage to land the shot. Does get the knock onto Sonic as he comes around the side. The rest of Moonwolf have to try and give him the support. They had the same thing happen to them yesterday. This time, they're not letting it play out. There is one just below. He's going to try and underhand that nade and bounce it off the wall. This could work out well. He's actually thinking he's in the other side. It's worked out. It's bounced off the ledge. It got him. Oh, it was to tell a lie. It wasn't Andy that got it. It was O'Connell in the end. His nade that managed to work out for him. But either way, it pays off. Watch out, Snake comes in. Chris gets caught out as well around the side there. And the Lions, Rezo, the last man standing, I believe, for them. I can't see anyone else around the side. Azriel's going to try and get the revive on Sonics.
I want to see Moonwolf pushing this. They know they're down to 2. They have to make a play in this.
Meanwhile, you can see Sangal, they're making a push on Wildcard as well. They were close to one another's compound as well, so they're trying to get it in there. But O'Connell, can he get a little peek through the smoke? Can't vault, of course, because the windows are blocked out there. Oh, Jempty's got involved. He's managed to catch Sonic's out. What is going on? Moonwolf!
What is happening?
Oh, it's the smoke. Okay, it's the spectator. We sometimes get it like that, but his Sonics gets taken down by FaZe there. He's backed out the house, realized somebody has gone in the house with him. Lions somehow have kept Azriel and Rezo alive in this one. Moonwolf, they can't push it because if they go around the outside of the house, FaZe Clan are going to shoot them.
They have the numbers advantage, but you see a lot of them staying behind in buildings. They need to play together here. O'Connell, I like that he's disengaging, but I think they just need to man up. They're 4v2. If they play with the numbers, they're going to win like 100% of the time. So I want to see Edo leave his building, or Edo-Cast leave his building, and then they just all go together. Because what O'Connell is doing alone, if he gets knocked,
he's going to get finished.
And then you lose all your confidence, and then you're never going to like retake your old compound.
Yeah, they need to watch a bit of Counter-Strike and see really how to breach situations. Pop a couple of flashbangs in there. M19, it's a sneaky swim under the bridge. It should work out for them. There's no problems there. Knights are down on the beach line, but not really in a position to challenge them, so they should get across fairly cleanly. They took the gamble to stay in Nova, but it's going to work out fine for them. They'll get across the beachhead. Here you can see the complex situation that is occurring. Moonwolf, they've gone for the push. Rezo gets taken down. Last man standing for Lions is going to be in the building as well. Is he going to be able to keep the storm from descending upon him? Azriel has managed to vault out, but he's going to get cleaned out. And that's the Lions going down in 16th place.
There we go. I like this play. You don't really want to have other people with you. And when you have such a big advantage, being up 2 men, you really need to clean this out. Because let's say the circle goes away from them in the next circle or the one after that. If there's 2 people around you, you won't be able to leave safely.
You got to believe that maybe they've looked at the situation yesterday because it played out almost the same, right?
Yeah.
And this time they were like, okay, we can't allow that to happen again. Navi, by the way, creeping in the side there, taking pot shots back and forward with Penta. Ghost Profi has gone way outside. He's, I believe, the last man standing for Ghost. Yes. As they try and work their way through. M19 you can still see swimming over. FaZe Clan gone for that 2-2 split in Milton. We know it's going to pull away from the water, but there's a decent amount of area that it could go into. We suspect it probably will fall on where Moonwolf is sat. I believe that's going to be very much close to the central circle point. Nova have got themselves tucked in the ditch. There's the FaZe Clan split on the edge side of Milta. They've spotted James over in the Harry Potter there. There's 2 members of Liquid in there. There's the circle update. It's gone pretty much where we expected to go. It's very similar to yesterday's game, Game 6.
Definitely. And I don't want to say the circles are too predictable, but they haven't been ending in cities so much lately. When you know there's Warden and you know there's a Cidian, you can kind of tell where it's going to go towards.
FaZe Clan looking down the coastline, set to destroy. Just off the side, Sangal losing members. Na'Vi have pushed up into the compound. Little greedy, I would say, for Sangal to try and go for the 2 compounds, the 2-2 split at this stage. At Phase 4, sticking in a 2-2 is very risky. FaZe Clan are doing it themselves, but they were quite far apart. FaZe Clan are just the other side of a road. Sangal are the other side, about 4 different fields. M19 you see creeping up here, set to destroy along the coastline. Na'Vi have basically completely swamped in on Sangal's second compound, so that is now gone. It leaves them in a really tricky situation. Wildcard have pushed up on Purdy. Purdy, the last man standing for Nova, has managed to wipe him out. The rest of Wildcard, you can see Tumai has to try and get in the circle. He's got Profi on his back. Sangal have managed to pick up a knock as well. I can't see who it is on right now as we watch the map area. Dignitas in the north there, pushing up, and that's a tough push onto Liquid. They're outside the zone, and Liquid with the Harry Potter will have a clean angle on them. You can see Ibby, he's got a really decent angle on just about every approach they've got here. Wookie Bookie training his eye on the windows. The second that Ibby shows his face, it is going to get taken off.
Yeah, Wookie Bookie, our top killer from day one, he had some amazing sniper shots yesterday, and he's just waiting for the chance to give an opening to his team.
Oh, that's a bite. That's a risky run, but he's going to try and blast it into the side there. Just manages to find the border patrol area. Wookie Bookie up close and personal. They have got in the circle. It's worked out for them. Doesn't want to peek too far. Ibby manages to get Gustav down. That's a little 2 punches from Peak. Adam also taken down from the UAZ as he tries to pass by. Liquid collected themselves a couple of big kills here. Dignitas, the current points score leader, of course. James, oh, he gets knocked from Fuzzface. Obviously, they were down in Melter. They've been taking pot shots on the whole time, so they've got a little greedy trying to look across there, and it's caught James out in the open. Also gets tagged up. Ibby, you just saw a shot come in there. He will back away. Now M19 and set to destroy. They're clashing on the coastline down on the south side. Genti, he's actually stole the kill away from Liquid there and got the final shot onto Adam. That's, of course, 10 points per kill as well. It all counts, it all adds up.
And Liquid, they really want to kill Dignitas at this point. They know they're up by 2 players. Dignitas is in the first place position, and I believe Liquid is in third.
Those shots you can hear, there it is, it's Genti. He's got himself a position that looks straight down the coastline. Obviously, he was hearing the shots that were going on between Set to Destroy and M19. He's trying to get himself a couple of free kills there. He's got 2 so far. Liquid continuing to eviscerate and decimate Dignitas. Uncivil, the last man standing, as Wookie Bookie is knocked the other side of the road. Scoob's going to come in and flush him out. He's down, and now Uncivil left all alone. But Mexi, oh, he has such a clean angle with that SLR.
Just waiting for him to take a shot.
Oh, doesn't quite manage to make it count there.
He hits him in the arm.
Samty, yeah, that arm, the penetration. Obviously, Patch, the live server, is 1 patch away. We're on the event server here, so this is just about a week away in patch terms. We obviously couldn't force the players to play on the live server because we literally were all traveling here the day it came out. Circle update. Oh, and it goes the exact same way as yesterday's. This is almost a replay of yesterday's circle. It did finish on where Moonwolf were yesterday. FaZe Clan were in the exact same situation. They had to cross the hill, cross that path on no fields. It is a very open territory. It is really tricky. Liquid, you can see inside the circle. Penta now are going to be their focus because they're looking towards who's coming out of farm. Na'Vi, look how clustered it is in and around the southern circle. Knights have got themselves a sneaky position in that last little compound that's inside.
I like what Liquid is doing. I think they got caught off guard by Penta yesterday, and they know the only way they'll actually get killed in this circle is by taking care of the people that are coming from the farm area. Yeah, so I like that they take 3 people up and actually covers that area.
I really like the fact you mentioned it, because it's exactly the same position, right? It was Penta that moved down to the hay bales. Yeah.
Yes.
M19, they've been dealing with the shots coming in from FaZe Clan. Jemty's been popping shots down the side there. They've now got themselves a UAZ. That's stolen away, I believe, from, I think it was Knights that originally came in and around that way, and then SetToDestroy, etc., all making the path round. So M19 going to try and set themselves a little compound up. Oh, the nade just bounced off the window ledge there, so it didn't quite go as bad as Survivors did yesterday, but could have been disastrous. SetToDestroy, by the way. Rift is blasting in. We're watching M19 right now. There's a vehicle about to come straight towards you. It's Rift. He's going to get ripped apart. It's going to be Voxic that will finish him off, and that is SetToDestroy going down in 14th place.
Not the position you want to be in.
Navi are going for it. Navi are making a blasting run. They're coming in 4 cars, all strong. They're getting absolutely peppered. Nova are going to do the damage. They've got 2 players up near. Moonwolf also trying to light them up. Pokemon hopped out of the car, tries to get around the side and work his way in, but they've got themselves the little shack, and you can see it's Pokemon, the last man standing. They had so many kills yesterday, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out this time around. The nade from Sangal hit Nova and wiped them out in 13th place. It's just PSD. The Calendar across the road, but he just rattles one and it saves Pokemon. He may even be able to get back and revive Shade and Uber. No! Chronix comes in. They're making the move coming out of farm, and they manage to pick apart Uber.
Yeah. Nova, I think they got a little bit overconfident. They wanted to finish off Pokemon, and they got caught off guard by Sangal. And while all this happened, Penta, they also take down Trio Navi, and then they take a position in the circle.
Profi goes down 11th place for Ghost there as Knights pick up another kill. They are the gatekeepers of the South right now. TeamGates themselves are just getting in a vehicle. They're going to try and get out, and instantly you see them getting wiped out by the Knights. Drayden and Kramer collecting themselves a kill apiece as they go down in 10th position. Now the circle getting very close to contracting. It's very close. You can see Navi and Sangal kind of trading blows. I believe Pokemon has just wiped them out there. Calendar goes down. It's BST and Pokemon in a one-on-one. That's a great nade. He's going to bounce around the side. Should be able to go around the back there. One more will go through. He's just getting himself inside the shack. Comes back around the side. The nade goes up the back. It doesn't quite do enough damage. He pops back inside the shack in time. But meanwhile, on Civil, that's Dignitas going down in 9th position as Mexi gets himself the kill. The circle will update, and it goes very much into the fields with Moonwolf and FaZe, the only compounds inside there, and Liquids just on the tip. So it is going to be a very interesting next circle. Last time, as we mentioned, where Andy Pyro is right now is where the circle moved to. We'll see if we're going to get an identical game to yesterday.
Yeah, it's a little bit more off to the east, but this was the game that the Knights won.
M19 coming up behind FaZe. Now, we saw obviously Gemty was trying to keep them at bay, but now they've given themselves an opening. We were talking about obviously how Liquid dealt with Penta and wiped them out. FaZe have kind of left this CIS issue up behind them. M19, they're an aggressive team. They will push on siege on that building that FaZe are in.
But FaZe, they chose to cross the road before the circle hits in, because the only buildings that are in on that side are the 2 buildings that FaZe are occupying. And the only way that M19 can get to them if they have a lot of smokes. And we see Knights, they're pushing up and Moonwolf.
They're trying to go and breach FaZe. This is interesting. So FaZe actually, have they got anyone watching the back door? I believe they do. It looks like FaZe may well be peeking that way. Mexi trying to keep an eye on it as well, but they can't get too distracted on this Knights Moonwolf phase, trying to get, third party in as much as they can. Because as you just saw from Battleland's position, he actually had a pretty clean shot on them. There's Andy Pyro. Getting a little tap onto Nexus there. Washout manages to get the knock on Drayden. That's going to slow down their approach. Yeah. Penta and Liquid, by the way, in the northern side of the circle. Penta in very much identical spot that they had before. There's going to be about 3 different fights going on between 4 teams. Can't get my words out. 6 4-man teams all trading fights in the circles to push it in.
Yeah, and right now Moonwolf and FaZe has the advantage, and both being in the circle. And we need to see M19 and Knights make a play here.
Sorry, I thought he was going to throw the nade and then almost got pushed. I think he got the report. FaZe hasn't spotted them out on the right-hand side. They're trying to get the flank around. They're using the smoke to cross the street and get around the side. The Knights are pushing on Moonwolf as well. They're making their sweep up there. Andy Pyro gets knocked and Texas moves in. So we're watching multiple fights play out at once. We've got the M19 on your screen right now. It's very hard to try and follow all of them. We'll try and keep you updated as the kill feed comes through. Moonwolf managing to get Drayden and Kramer on knock. They went into the field. It was risky. M19's nade's going to go in. doesn't quite manage to reach the window that he was aiming for. The blue is on his back. He's got to get moving. M249 just rattling away at the doors, the windows, anything he can find, any knock that he can try and get, but he's going to get taken down. The blue working against him. They get up against the wall as Yemty gets a knock on towards Elite player. He goes down. The second one comes through, finds the head. M19 are wiped out by FaZe Clan. Now they need to look and turn their attention the other way towards Moonwolf and Knights.
There's one player left.
One man.
Next season takes him out.
I was going to say, I don't think he's gonna survive. Though, okay, Moonwolf, they've managed to keep 3 alive. Kramer and Voxic also stayed alive for the Knights there. I believe, did they manage to get a revive up? No. They managed to get a rocket around the side. O'Connell gets taken down. Voxic at the hay bale. O'Connell will be able to crawl away into the cover there as Edikos tries to tap for the head. Oh, Andy Pyro, he's been back alive. And that SLR doing some serious work for him. The circle contracts, it shifts. FaZe Clan's house is the only compound within the circle. It gives them a giant chance at a chicken dinner here. Liquid are going to push them from the north. Moonwolf and Knights have to deal with this fight in the south. And Penta, they're on a big rotate towards
Liquid. Is there
Liquid.
any cover in the circle besides the one that face out in their compound?
Just a few.
There's just like 3 hay barrels, and maybe
shack.
a little ridge. No, that's a rock, I think.
Is that a shack or a rock in the middle? I can't tell.
There's no shack there. So there's a few hay barrels.
Well,
this is looking very good for FaZe.
N24 from James puts good night to Knights. There's just Kramer remaining now as the 3 members of Moonwolf look for him. And he knows he's behind one of these. He's looking for Navi. It's Pokemolodoy. James, oh no, if Ibby, that's the worst timing to get a knock right now as the circle contracts. Andy Pyro finishes off Navi. They will go down in 6th place as now they try and pepper Penta. They're trying to make their way across the field and both Liquid and Moonwolf are trying to take pot shots at them. Hacksteady even gets himself involved. He steals the kill away. Chronix goes down. Samty gets knocked as Liquid get picked apart by FaZe as well. FaZe Clan move out of the house. They're moving up on Liquid. They're going aggressive. They're thinking you need to push in the circle. This is our circle. You cannot take our ground. Samty will go down to a nade from Fuzzface and they're in all sorts of trouble. Hacksteady steals another way. 9 kills and counting for FaZe Clan. They still have 4 alive and the only compound still within the circle.
Liquid is making the move now. They're bringing all their vehicles. It's the only cover they can build. And you see FaZe Clan peppering shots on them. They actually made a smoke ball.
Moonwolf taking shots across as well. Edikos gets James down. Scoom replies. Brexico down. It's just Kane this last man standing for Penta as Jemty tries to find the head of Scoom. Edikos has got a clean shot here. Scoom will go down. O'Connell in the end will be the one that steals that kill away. That is going to be Liquid, I believe, just with Ibby left standing. He tries to come across. Kane tries to light him up. It's Penta versus Liquid. Kane's taking shots. He will go down. That's 4th place for Penta as Liquid, the last man standing, is getting lit up by Yemty. Doesn't manage to take him down with that vehicle. He's got absolutely no health left. Any little whiff of a shot. There it is. Yemty finds it. That's 10 kills and counting for FaZe Clan. But the circle moves away from FaZe Clan. It goes to Moonwolf. Edikos just on the edge of where the circle will finish. They have the trees. And look at FaZe Clan. They're already on the move. Mexi goes for the hay bales.
This is going to be very tough. I think the team that takes the most rounds. You see Mexi.
Oh, the knocks, they're on big knocks. Mexi gets O'Connell and Edikos, and now Andy Pyro, the last man standing. They're going to be looking at seeing 7 alive. They know 4 of them are there. They've got 2 knocks. They know it's just 1 man. FaZe Clan on the hunt with the net. They've got themselves 10 kills. It's going to be 13 at the end of this. That is a giant 130-point net, unless Andy Pyro, the substitute standing, can do a miracle play. He gets himself 1 knock. It's Mexi. He's finished him off. He's managed to get the 1 down, but now they know his position. They know he's behind the bale. It gives Moonwolf an extra kill, but there's not a great deal he can do. He stands up, and FaZe can take the chicken dinner, the first of day 2.
And our first team to reach 2 chicken dinners. Extremely well played by FaZe Clan. They had a few circles, but they played it well. They knew exactly where to look and when to look it, and they had a phenomenal ending here. Not breaking a sweat against Moonwolf.
13 kills, they were pressured. M19 pushed their compound around the side. Moonwolf, of course, themselves in pressured situation. They got 11 kills out of that, so a great finish for Moonwolf, the best so far.